They say if you love something, to let it go. But what if you're never ready to do that? I lost the love of my life before I could even legally drive a car. And our love is something I don't plan on ever letting go of. Julian and I knew a love that will last forever. If I never love again, I'll at least know that at one time, I had a taste of something so extraordinary, so rare and so pure that I don't dare entertain the thought that I'll ever experience such a love again. And I'm grateful for that. I was 19 when I decided I wanted to try dating again. I was so nervous about meeting people in person that I downloaded Tinder and resolved to try my luck on the online meat market. My very first match was with Julian. I was instantly drawn to him and his kind hazel eyes. Before I had a chance to message him, he'd already messaged me. Julian and I quickly bonded over our mutual love of German Shepherds, and I extended an invitation for him to come and meet mine. I think I was considerably more excited than Arthur, my grumpy old German Shepherd, was. Julian hadn't been in a relationship for quite some time either, and we both shared an insecurity that our feelings wouldn't be reciprocated. But they were certainly developing, and quickly. He was leaving for a week to see his brother graduate from the Marines. I assured him I'd be right here, ready and excited to meet him as soon as he returned. He was the only person I looked forward to talking to every day, and I told him that. When we finally met in person, the first thing I noticed was that he looked even more handsome than he had in his profile photos. Just stunning. We were the same height, 5'11", and he had auburn hair and a smile that melted me from the first moment it appeared. We shared a mutual love of puns and dad jokes. It was a perfect storm of attraction. I was already falling for him. It was only the third time we met that Julian told me something that would change my world forever. He had stage 4 liver cancer. The survival rate for that cancer at that stage is exceptionally low. He'd been battling the disease for 2 years already. He seemed to think this news would send me running away. But instead, the opposite was true. I wanted to be there for him in any and every way I could. And I was in awe of his strength and positivity when speaking about the illness. I could never be as strong as he was in those circumstances, I'm sure of it. I chided him for even considering that I would be any less drawn to him as a result of this revelation. I'm here to stay, I told him. You're going to have to be a lot more creative than that if you're looking for ways to get rid of me. He didn't say anything in response. He just hugged me tight. From then on, our relationship continued to blossom. We texted every day and got to know each other's circle of friends. By the time I accompanied him to his last immunotherapy treatment, I was head over heels in love with him. Just as he'd messaged me on Tinder, right as I was about to message him, he beat me to the punch once more and told me that he had fallen deeply in love with me. Less than a week after finally being released from the hospital, Julian suffered a heart attack and was admitted to the hospital once more. As much of a blow as this was, it was during this time that we grew inseparable, as I did everything I could to distract him from the horrible reality that he was forced to endure. We didn't take a single moment together for granted. Soon after his next discharge from the hospital, one of his tumors began to grow. I remember the doctor's voice shaking as he said, "I don't think there's anything more that we can do." Julian was released with hospice care in April, and I moved in with him and his family, determined to make him feel as cared for and comfortable as I possibly could. The side effects from the immunotherapy were devastating. His kidneys weren't working, and he needed to undergo dialysis and testing. He was in the hospital for 3 weeks as his testing team struggled to get the situation under control. I was with him day and night, to the point that I knew I was getting on some of the nurses' nerves. It was on Easter Sunday that Julian told me he wanted to marry me. It wasn't so much a proposal, it was just understood that with the time we had, that this was the most natural step to take. It was the most bittersweet feeling I'd ever known, or have known since. I told him I'd stay by his side for as long as he would have me. In the days that followed, Julian's health deteriorated. We moved the wedding date to that Saturday. The whole community came together in the most amazing way to help and support us. One of our neighbors even donated her wedding dress, and it fit perfectly. We had the ceremony outside on a clear and sunny day in a beautiful gazebo, surrounded by friends and family. As we were declared man and wife, it crossed my mind that this could be our last kiss. It was. Approximately 5 hours after the ceremony, Julian passed away, holding my hand as I told him I loved him and that he was my everything. As he took his final breath, my world was crushed. 2 weeks after his passing was our birthday, which by an extraordinary coincidence, if there is such a thing, we shared. You don't get over a love like ours, and to me, the very idea of doing so is absurd. I still talk to my husband Julian every day. Of course, I can't hear him when he answers me, but I like to think that on the rare occasions that I experience peace or tranquility, that's him speaking to me through my heart. I've tried my best here, but I'll never be able to find the right mix of words to convey the depth of my love for Julian, because it goes so far beyond words. It's a feeling that could only be written with stars.